Hi everyone, welcome to In Nature Tarot. We are going to be doing a really fun pick a card with love in mind, but more so, what do you need to do for yourself? How do you love yourself more to attract your person, to attract your soulmate? So much of the time we're looking outside to attract someone in, but what do we need to do? What do we need to be focusing on ourselves to be able to allow this to flow more naturally and maybe less forced? What are the things that we should be working on, we should be attracting, we want to be manifesting in our lives to attract instead of chase? What do we need to attract? So this is asking all about your person, but what do you need to do to attract that perfect, that right person? So we are going to start with group 1, group 2, and group 3. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time. Timestamps are listed down below so you can fast forward to your group, and I'll see you at your beautiful reading. Hi group 1, welcome to your beautiful general pick a card reading of how to love yourself more, or what you should focus on more in yourself to attract that special, perfect someone that we are all looking for. But instead of going outside, we're going to be going inside and kind of seeing what needs to be addressed and focused on. So yeah, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Know that you have free will, and I do offer personal readings. Link is down below if you want something a bit more in depth, a bit more personal, a bit more private, and we can really tap into maybe a bit more specifics about your life, or maybe you just want to know whatever. So if that interests you, there is that option, but we are going to get started with some tarot cards at first to kind of see what should you be working on? What do you need to be focusing on to attract your special partner into your life? What do you need to be working on, group 1? What do you need to be working on, group 1? Let's get one more. Called for one more. Okay. Okay, you got Pentacles on the mind there. Back of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. So we got 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and 9 of Pentacles. So first, right off the bat, first card that came out, we got the 9 of Pentacles. And this is all about making sure that you enjoy life, to really stop, smell the roses, really appreciate where you are. I feel like there's like, a rush to you. It's almost like just slow down. There's so many pentacles here. It's all about slowing down. I feel like there's like a lot of rush, a lot of anxiety, a lot of like hurt here still. With the 3 of Swords, I feel like there's still this lingering pain, this lingering healing from your past person, or just even life. Maybe life has really like thrown you through the ringer right recently, and it's just like, this is asking for you to slow yourself down. I feel like you've been on high alert, high anxiety, high speed, and this is all about just slowing down, really appreciating how far you've come, what you've been through, the people that have been in your life, really looking back to the positives that you've had in the most recent past, maybe in the past year. What are some really positive experiences, memories, situations with people? And what are some really negative ones? And what did you learn from each side? What did you learn from the positive? What did you learn from the negative? And really like slowing down and reassessing, and not just jumping right back in. There are so many pentacles here, and pentacles are the slowest. And I feel like there is that lingering hurt, and I feel like you want to just jump into the next thing. but this is saying you're not ready. The Seven of Pentacles, it's not yet time. You know, there's still some foundation work that needs to be done before you're in this Ten of Pentacles, until you're ready to be able to have that, to allow that safely into your life. Because if you're not healed and you're kind of carrying something in, expecting your partner to be the fix, that is really toxic, just as much as any other relationship that's toxic. But you expecting someone to take responsibility and fix you and heal you is not healthy. And that's not a good way to start a romantic relationship. So sorry to call you out, but that's why we're here today. But this is just asking you to go within more. I feel like you look outside for external stimulation. We all do, no judgment. But I feel like you're trying to run away from these feelings. And this is asking you to slow down and really sit more with those feelings. It's not something that you have to do every day, but really just acknowledging when you are feeling, you know, acknowledging when you are having these stronger emotions, acknowledging when you're feeling hurt, when you're feeling sad, maybe you're feeling lonely, maybe you're feeling remorse or guilt, or just like you're sorry it had to end the way it did. There's like this pain there where it's almost like there needs to be a stop, a pause, a feeling, you know, a deepening of the feeling, because I feel like you're running from your problems, or just trying to move on to the next thing quick. And there is no timeline for healing. And sometimes, you know, depending on what life has thrown at you, sometimes the healing never stops. For example, if you've lost someone in your life that's really important to you, you know, that's never going to go away. Even if it's a pet, a family, a friend, if you've lost someone like in a severe way, or not even severe, you don't have to make your moments more traumatic to be valid, if you will. But I feel like, you know, as someone personally who has lost a parent, like there are triggering months that come up. And even though it's been 5 years, it still comes up, and I'm still working through it. And I don't think I'll ever be through it. It's just the process of it. And so it's just making sure that you allow yourself those times to process, you know, and to allow yourself to be built better, in a better foundation. And this is also not saying that you have to have every checkbox healed, but I feel like there's a specific thing that needs healing, or awareness to the healing, for you to be making these next steps forward, if that makes sense. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Like, what are you working on healing? What is that one thing that you are transitioning from and then to? What is this little bump in the road here? And what are you working on to kind of help yourself go through that in a way that's healthy and stable, or maybe ways that could be healthy and stable? But I'd love to hear from you. You know, I love having this kind of conversation in the comments. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of the main message of what you need to be aware of to allow this perfect match to come in. And when I say perfect, I say that super, super lightly, because no one is perfect. No one has it together. But this is just saying, you know, your person, if you will. So let's see what else we have here for cards. We have abundance. Again, with that kind of feeling gratitude for what you do have, how far you have come. This is that Nine of Pentacles energy still. You know, feeling really grateful for what you do have. And not just money, but like lessons you've learned, you know, the good and the bad. Really appreciating how far you've come. Really like rewarding yourself for how far you've come, instead of just bopping off to the next thing. Like, what can you do to really slow down? All right, and we have Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Yeah, This is that energy of getting rid of judgment of yourself. I feel like you put pressure on yourself, like I should be better by now, I should be here, I'm this old, I should have this. Like, everyone has their own timeline, and it makes everyone's story unique. Everyone goes through their own Three of Swords, just grief and loss and stuff like that, and events. And without your own specific events and your path, you know, you would not be who you are. And everyone is completely different in their, what the universe hands them for hard things and the way they've dealt with those things and evolved. And that's why everyone is super unique, because everyone has their own path. And so you cannot compare yourself to another person's path, because that is their path and you are on your path. And you grew up with XYZ and they grew up with XYZ. So like, there is no comparison ever. Maybe there's similarities, sure, but there's no ever way to compare someone's life, even your siblings. Like, even if you grew up in the same household, your siblings had different experiences than you did. It's just perspective. And we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Again, with that Three of Swords, carrying this heavy burden. Like, I feel like you're carrying this part of you that feels like you should be healed. You should be better by now. That you should have it done, and you're putting this pressure on yourself, and like there's this guilt that's like lingering over you, this guilt and pain, judgment that you just need to let go of. It's heavy, honey. Let it go so you can be peaceful and move forward in a slow pace that feels good and healthy. Okay, let's see what else we have for you. We have make a meal and watch a movie. Yeah, I feel like enjoying the small things in life, doing things small that you enjoy. For example, if you like cooking, if you like cleaning, if you like painting, if you like watching movies or watching or gaming, whatever it is, I feel like allowing yourself to have these slow, easy moments, again, slowing down, to be able to just enjoy and allow the process to be. I feel like there's pressure to be on it, back on the game, back on the horse, fixed, healed, ready. Take your time. There's no rush. There's no timeline. There's no reason for you to rush. Since it is a love reading, we'll pull some romance angels. We have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life, and make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. Take it however you want, but I feel like, you know, rushing into a relationship with these kind of wounds open. I'm not saying your wounds have to be completely healed and stitched up, but there should be an awareness of what you're carrying, of what you're dealing with, and to be honest with a partner of what you're dealing with, because no one's going to have it all packaged up and perfect and healed and in a box. Like, no, but like, make the effort, be honest with whoever you're going to be connecting with. This is, maybe you need a slower pace, maybe you need more time, whatever it be. Be honest with your person. All right, and last but not least, clarity cards. Get lost in a story. Feel scared and do it anyway. I love that little marshmallow guy. And practice self-love. That is some beautiful advice for you. Again, I would love to hear from you down in the comments. Feel free to give the video a like, subscribe if you feel called. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading all about what can you do on your end to kind of attract your perfect match. Perfect loosely, because no one's perfect. But what are some things that you can work on? I feel like all the time we are going to outside sources, to what, you know, this person is attracted to me and all these things. But like, let's get down to the nitty gritty. What can you be working on in the meantime to kind of embrace this change and shift in energy to allow this person in. So this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Know that you have free will, and I do offer personal readings if you feel called upon to do so. So we are going to get started with some tarot cards first. Put those babies aside. So, group 2. What can you be working on? Okay, that was quite abrupt. Let's get one more. One more card. There we go. There we go. Back of the deck, we got strength. We've got some powerful characters here. I keep on getting drawn to this Queen of Torches here. And also the Queen of Swords. You got 2 queen energies here. Like, you need to freaking raise your standards there, sweetheart. Like, I feel like you don't realize how beautiful, how amazing, how intelligent, how passionate you are as a person. I feel like you in the past have gone for people that just haven't been satisfying. They haven't really been worth your time. It feels like you feel like you don't have any options, maybe where you are or something like that. But there are options. There are people out there, you know. It feels like you're stuck, like you don't really have any options. Like, I've already dated everyone in my area, but there's like this one little person being like, hey, what about me, man? And so I don't think that's the case, but I think there's almost like this energetic shift that needs to happen within you where you kind of just not put up a wall, but put up boundaries. Make people earn it. Make people work for it. I feel like there's this energy of you just like letting whoever and whomever wants to come in, and you just let them come in and you talk to them. It's like, no, like if you're going to be using your energy for dating or for meeting up with someone and having conversations, like they need to be shifting that energy. You need to be feeling good when you leave. You can't be feeling like drained and bored or unstimulated. Like, there needs to be like more to your life and to your dating scene. And it's almost all about you finding this inner power, this inner, more feminine, nurturing side of this, but like also just not taking crap anymore. And you can be masculine but still need to embrace this more feminine, gentle side of you. But also, like, women don't always have to be gentle or the feminine, if you will, because we all have masculine and feminine inside of us. But I feel like all people like assume, oh, you're a woman, you have to be nurturing and kind and, you know, caring. Yeah, sure. But also there's a big lost culture of fiercely powerful women. You know, back when we were hunter-gatherers, like, women were respected a lot more. And, you know, they had much more power and, you know, there was much more respect. Whereas now, like, people think women have to be passive and perfect. It's like, no, get angry. Get angry, set boundaries, tell people to F off. Like, no, I feel like it's almost like the opposite. Like, you've been too compassionate and caring and allowing people in. These 2 queens are fierce AF. Like, this one will cut your head off and this one will set you on fire if you've crossed the boundaries. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that you need to be embracing, is to not waste your time with people that don't feel good. For example, like, one of my, like, immediate turnoffs is when someone is messaging me, we haven't even met up, and they're like overly complimenting me and my body, and it's just like, no, I'm more than my freaking body and my like face. Like, I'm more to like, there's more to me than just that. And so when someone immediately just comments me in a more egotistical, vapid way, which it is like flattering, but I don't need my ego stroked. I want someone that can fuel my fire and strike up a really intellectual conversation with me and really engage that more side of, you and me. I feel like that's the kind of energy you need to embrace more, is more of this badass, fierce, feminine energy, wild woman and witches of the past, people that had power. And so it's almost like realizing also that you're not stuck and there are choices and you do have the ability to open yourself up for the right people. And I think there's the right people out there. And it's almost like maybe try experimenting, dating with people that you probably wouldn't really normally go for. Trying things differently, setting boundaries differently, having different non-negotiables, like really assessing your non-negotiables for dating and seeing like how that kind of changes a little bit. Because I feel like you've been so open, but there's this strength card here where you just need to be a bit more fierce. Gentle but fierce, compassionate but have boundaries. Finding that balance of the two. Meditation brings answers, doesn't it always? So this is just asking you to go within, find your answers within. You could watch numerous tarot videos, but like everything that you need, you already have. All the answers you need is already inside. So this is just saying, get quiet, embrace this kind of, not angry, but this more passionate, take no one's ish energy. But I feel like you're embracing that. You're stepping into that, and that's powerful. And I encourage you to do that more. All right, what else do we have for you? Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Yes, you already know meditation brings the answers. Like, we're just repeating ourselves at this time. And regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So with this kind of energy, I definitely get like, whatever you've done in the past, that's in the past. You can't change it. You can't fix it. You cannot dwell on it. It is done. It is gone. But what you can do is going forward, trust your intuition more. If you are going on a date and you feel like you need to do something, like maybe you have to have like one more drink to feel like lubricated to talk to this person, like that's a sign. That's a sign. You shouldn't need something. Sure, you should be nervous at the beginning, but when you meet this person, you should feel pretty comfortable with them. And if you don't, thank you, goodbye, And also like just knowing that who you are in the past is not who you are now. You have taken, what you've learned and you are taking it and adjusted it to your current lifestyle. And you are two fierce queens. Yes, honey. I've been watching a lot of Queer Eye and it's just rubbing off. But I feel like there's just this awakening that needs to come inside you, and also just forgive yourself for whatever messes you've gotten yourself in the past, because we've all been there, we've all done it. Now you know, and you can choose differently. So there's power in that. Okay, let's see what we have here. Look to the stars. And we have connect with your ancestors. So there's a lot of messages of your intuition and making sure that you're going within more than out, looking to the stars for answers, connecting with your ancestors. Meditation brings your answers. Intuition. There's this need for you to sit in your power a bit more. And when you do hear that voice, you act upon it. And the best way to really practice your intuition is to start noticing maybe smaller things. For example, like it snowed recently and the snow was melting and it was hanging over like the front ledge of the door, and I was like bringing stuff in from my car, and I noticed that it was like very like, and it was like, oh, that looks like it's totally about to fall. And I didn't listen. And as I walked under it, it fell literally on my head. And like I laughed because I was like, that's just funny. But like, that's your intuition. That's that little thing being like, hey, maybe, you know, that thing looks like it's about to fall, so maybe wait like a second. But every time you get that, if you can listen to that and practice, it's just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And that voice is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And you're going to be like in line, in tune. It's going to be perfect. So what would be a love reading without some romance angels? Let's see what we have here. Heart-to-heart conversations, religious factors, and let go of control issues. So this heart-to-heart conversations, I think, are really important, as well as religious factors. I feel like you want someone stimulating. You don't want someone just to have fun with. You want something that's a bit more interesting, a bit more exciting, a bit more fun. And so like you want someone that you can engage with on these levels. And let go of control issues is you just letting things flow naturally. I feel like having your boundaries up, yes, and just really like letting people in that maybe you wouldn't let in before. Don't try it. You don't have to date them. You can just see, right? All right, and we have rest, have a good cry, and make a plan. Yes, rest, have a good cry. That kind of just makes sense. But make a plan. I get this as a more, what are your non-negotiables in dating? You know, what's the one thing you just will not stand for? Is it like if someone's addicted to a substance, is that like a non-negotiable? Is if someone doesn't have a job or doesn't make enough money, is that a non-negotiable? They don't want kids and you want kids, is that a non-negotiable? Like really like sit down nitty gritty, like if you're making, like think like a lawyer, you know, what do you want, what you don't want, and really get to the bullet points of that. So yeah, I would love to hear from you down in the comments. Let me know what your non-negotiables in dating are, or what you kind of developed as your non-negotiables. I'd love to hear it. I'm sure other people would love to hear it too down in the comments. Let's start a community. Let's get a vibe going on. Let's be here for each other and have fun with this. So that's all I have for you guys, group number 2. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your beautiful reading on how to do something. What do you need to do to attract your person, your one that you've been waiting for? I feel like so many times we're looking outside for what they think, how they're feeling, blah, blah, blah. But like, let's get to the root of it. Like, what can you be working on too? To be able to manifest this person, to create this person into your life, to switch your energy around. Let's see what can be done and what can be worked on. You know, there's always something that we can be working on. So this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest, and know that you do have free will. Offer personal readings if you feel called. Without further ado, all of the spiels are out of the way. We're going to start with some good old tarot. So, group number 3. What can you work on to attract your person into your life? What needs to be worked on to attract, or what can you be focusing on to attract this person? What are some steps you can take? What are some steps you can take? What are some steps you can take, group 3, to attract that person? Anything? Oh, okay. Hidden. Hidden. Oh, okay. Very hidden cards. let's get in. So we got the Prince of Torches. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Two of Swords and the sneaky Tower card underneath. Let's see. I keep on getting pulled to this Two of Swords. There needs to be a choice made here. I feel like you need to choose to like move on, let someone go. I feel like there's like this string attached to you and another person, you know, you in another situation, you in another, it's almost like you or that other person has this something that's still attached. It could be subconsciously, it could be on the physical. This might be something that you need to be doing a cord cutting to kind of release this person, maybe even getting energetic work to kind of release this person if it is like a stuck kind of energy. I have personally had someone attached to me energetically with a fishing hook, like a large fishing hook in the side of my ribs. So I hired someone to help me with that. And it was really interesting that the relationship that we had in this lifetime matched with our past life. And so it definitely feels like that kind of energy where it's like the relationship that you were in or whatever happened that you were in was very powerful and was meant to be in your life for a specific reason, for a specific lesson, for a specific teaching, if you will. You know, the Tower here shows up when the foundation we thought was built so sturdy cracked over. If you've ever seen, this is a little funny, to lighten the mood, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and they talk to the king, and he built his castle on a swamp, and it keeps on sinking, and it keeps on sinking, and he's like, the fifth time it stood up, you know? And it's almost like that's the kind of energy where you built your castle on a swamp, and yeah, of course, it like collapsed because you thought it was what you needed. You thought that was the person for you. You thought this was the person you'd spend your life with. And then everything came crumbling down. And there's this string that's still attached to you. Energetically, spiritually, whatever it be. You know, you're here trying to light your own path and become yourself again and find this this spirit within you again, and it's getting blocked. It keeps on getting blocked by everything here. And so like, yeah, maybe you need to be doing a cord cutting. Maybe you actually need, maybe the way that you guys broke it off wasn't so smooth. Maybe you guys need to have a conversation about something. Maybe if it's even just simply you coming to terms with this relationship has ended and it is time to move on. It's time for me to let them go. It's time for me to go on. You know, there needs to be that energetic shift, and whatever you need to do to get there, start small, obviously, and work your way up there. But there definitely seems to be some kind of thing. You just need to make the choice. Like, it's kind of magical when you are stuck between decision A and decision B for so long, and then you make a choice and you see that the universe just opens the door like on a silver platter. You know, I have a very personal story we're going to share. We're going to get a little bit vulnerable here. But, you know, I got pregnant and wasn't planning to have a kid with this person. It was a surprise. We weren't dating or anything like that. Anyway, long story short, I was, you know, given the choice to keep it and raise it on my own or to go down the abortion route. And I spent like a solid month crying every day, you know, torn between the two decisions. Like, what do I do? I can't raise a child on my own in a new town where I don't know anyone. Like, I literally just moved here like a month ago. But the day that I made a decision and called to make an appointment, because I weighed the pros and cons enough that I thought that that was the best decision to make. Literally 12 hours later, my body naturally started the process. And, you know, it was one of the hardest decisions I have ever made in my life. And there's still grief and sadness of the what if, you know, there. But it was a miracle that the universe helped me as soon as I made the choice. It wasn't easy, but it was relatively easy, because the universe was like, okay, you made up your mind, we'll help you. You won't have to go to the appointment. It can be you and your body can be much more of a spiritual process. So that's story time, getting a little personal, but like, it's almost like that once you make the choice, it just all falls right into place. It just is the right decision, and it feels good. And if you're torn between a decision, you will always make the right choice. There is no like, no one can tell you. You must go within to find that answer. So, good old story time. Hopefully it didn't scare you away. You know, I would love to hear from you down in the comments if you're willing to share what the situation you're dealing with is. What are you trying to get yourself out of? Was it a relationship? Is it a situation? What are the decisions that you're torn between? Let us know in the comments. Let's start a group here. Let's start a connection. Let's start communicating with each other. Where are you feeling torn? Like, what decision are you trying to make? Beautiful. Success. Whatever choice you make, wherever you are leading to is successful. You know, it doesn't matter what choice you make. It's going to be successful. It will be the right choice. It'll be exactly what you need. And I get this same energy here. There's this, you know, as soon as you make this choice and release this person, release this thing, this situation, this energy, whatever it is, there's this shift where everything just falls into place and success is here knocking at your door like, yes, do it, move forward, you can do it. You can fly forward, you can have this success. You can do it. It's hard. Confide in, you know, your friends and your loved ones, people that you trust to help you forward. All right, humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Yes. So when things get heavy, you know, use humor to make fun of your situation. Be like, this is a ridiculous situation to be in. Like, I haven't even been with this person for so long. Why am I still hung up about him? This is silly, stupid, you know, and just like get a little bit like lighthearted about your situation instead of so down and distraught. Or even just if you're dealing with a heavy situation, which from my story was very heavy, you know, finding humor to cope with these things, you know, like watching comedy, watching a funny movie, listening to positive music, like really trying to get, you know, that coping mechanism in a healthy, funny way. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Does that not look like the tower? It looks like the tower. The tower is all about like lessons. It's all about knocking you down so you can see. It's what my mom loves to call, you know, God or the universe had to come in and hit me across the head with a 2x4 so I'd wake up and see. That's exactly what the tower is, you know. And this is our way to be able to learn and grow from these experiences and you know, and have these stories, like example from the story I told you, so I can tell you of my things, not out of victim mentality, but to encourage you to make a hard choice. And that hard choices, as soon as you make that choice, it just, success. So easy. Take a walk. We have music, yes. And we have, ooh la la, feisty time. So I feel like, you know, this can be with yourself. It doesn't have to be outside sources, you know, unless you feel like that would help you. There's no judgment here. If you feel like you need to get laid to be able to move on, to shift your energy, making sure that you do it safely and with the right person, of course, but like, do you, whatever you need to do to help you to move on. Just make sure you do it in a healthy way. You're not doing it in a toxic way. But this could also just be more about spending time with yourself, taking a walk, clearing your mind, you know, getting intimate with yourself, and music as well to help. Music is such a beautiful, beautiful medium to help you heal and transition. So it wouldn't be a love reading without a little romance, angels. Stay optimistic about your love life. Let your friends help you. Yeah, what did we say about friends earlier? I feel like there's this transition period that you're in, but I feel like you've almost been punishing yourself, not letting yourself be open, go forward, to enjoy things like taking a walk, enjoying music, enjoying getting intimate with someone. Doesn't always have to be, this is the one person I love and will only be in my life. Like sometimes you just need an intimate connection, and it doesn't even have to be about this. It can be just someone that you want to cuddle with, someone that you want to enjoy time with, flirt with, kiss, make out a little bit, have a little fun, and do it in a healthy, respectable way. Practice patience, learn something new, trust what's meant to happen will happen. Yes. Yeah, I think just being gentler with yourself, being more honest with yourself, being more open with possibilities, and being patient about your love life and optimistic. Like there needs to be this shift, and just let it happen, let it manifest. Yeah. So that's all I have for you. Feel free to give the video a like, a comment, like I said. Subscribe if you feel called. Until next time, take care of yourself.